Hello there, this is Mike Goldenberg with Abzan Company. I'm on the play in an MTGO competitive league with an interesting hand. It's not exactly what I want to be doing, but I think I'll keep it. This hand is very good against something like Burn, or maybe even humans, but not very good against much else. Turn 2 Kitchen Finks is decent, and then I can cord for another piece. Okay, Canal into Serum Visions. Could be a lot of different things. Could be that new Is It Phoenix deck. Either way, we have Kitchen Finks now to recoup a little bit of life. We can always use Safi with a Viscera Seer to drain Kitchen Finks all the way back down and then rebuy them. Okay, so Storm is what we're up against here. I think the best plan here is to cast Collected Company. Storm does run Remand, so I really have to consider doing this right now. I think I actually want to cord for... I could cord for Devoted Druid. No, I think Company's better. So if I cord for Devoted Druid, next turn I get to untap, cast Collected Company, I get one blind draw to win the game. But if I get Collected Company, I can, if I get one of the two pieces, I might be able to win quicker that way. One of the two pieces for infinite life. Or I could just get lucky and win right here. Okay, so against Storm, which is not a great matchup. It's actually what I lost to at the Invitational with Caleb Shurer was on it. I want to cut things that don't do too much, like the Rally or Safi combo. I arguably want to cut a Kitchen Finks. I need to bring in Path to Exiles and maybe even an Abrupt Decay to kill their creatures. I also want Sin Collectors to nab cards from their hands, Scavenging Ooze to attack their graveyard, maybe a Spellskite. I definitely want an Eidolon. I think that is it. I don't really care too much about Night of Autumn. I might just bring in one, but I don't think it's worth it. So cards I don't want. I actually think the life gain combo is actually probably a little bit worse here. Cut a couple Eternal Witness and a couple Collected Companies. I don't think Spellskite's actually worth it at all. Even though I did just win with Infinite Life, I think it's fine to cut that down a little bit going into the next game. So this is not a great matchup. I need to have a fast hand, kind of like I just did there, where I get lucky off my Collected Company, or I just win with a Devoted Druid. My opponent is going to probably be forced to use an early Grape Shot as extra interaction to beat me down. That's what Caleb did. use a Grape Shot basically to wipe my board, and then buy himself a few turns. This deck does not do very well against board wipes or anything like that. Anger of the Gods is very, very good against it, and surprisingly, Anger is actually not that prevalent right now, even though Dredge is such a big threat. Dredge and Phoenix and Humans and even Spirits, all these decks that just fold Anger of the Gods, but Anger of the Gods, I haven't really seen it played too much. If this was a forest, I could keep this hand. But it is not. This is fine. I'll bottom that. Turn 1, I'll probably play Verdant Catacombs and fetch an Overgrown Tomb. Or actually, I'll just play an Overgrown Tomb. So if that collector company hits something very specific, this game could be over. If it hits exactly Duskwatch, I do have a turn 3 win here. I assume my opponent has some form of interaction, whether it's a bolt and a braid. Braid, okay. So my opponent's playing more of a control role this game than last game. I can either way I'm going to attack, so I should start with that. I could hope to get lucky again, or I can drop Scavenging Ooze and eat 2 things. I actually think I want to go with the Scavenging Ooze route. Be a little bit safer. Then next turn I can cast Collector Company with a mana open. That's fine. So now I have Path Exile and Collector Company up. I want to make my opponent use mana on their turn, so I will wait to cast Collector Company. Looks like a Ritual Gifts here. Yep. I do want to consider if I want to cast Collector Company right now, when they're tapped out. But I have a feeling I'm dead. I think I have to do it now, and hope to get an Eidolon. Well, I did not. So I'm probably just dead here, since I had that removal spell for the kitchen finks. Okay, looks like I'm dead. Just cast all the rituals and then cast Grape Shot. So my game plan was on point there. The plan was fine. It was would have worked out. I would have been able to win. My opponent just had the perfect amount of interaction. You could argue I should have casted Collected Company instead of the Scavenging Ooze in that spot, and that's fair. I just wanted to force my opponent to spend their interaction on Scavenging Ooze and basically slow them down a turn if possible. Now, being on the play is huge in this matchup. I can keep this because I do have the Mana Dork. I still would like to draw into a land. That's nice. So I can actually either go for the win or I can Sin Collector. I'd like to be more mana efficient, but I think I should always just go for the win if I can. Because I do actually have the turn 3 kill set up right here, where I chord for Vizier, and then I cast Eternal Witness, buyback chord, and chord for Duskwatch Recruiter. This looks like an Abrade. No? Opponent's going for something here. Maybe an early Grape Shot. That's fair. If they do not kill Druid, I think I should be in okay situation next turn. I would need to draw a land though. Okay. The opponent is spending a lot of removal to deal with my early threats. They only have 4 cards left in their hand. They do have a lot in their graveyard right now. If they don't kill the bird, I can untap and be kind of okay here with the Eidolon. The next turn I can untap with Sin Collector and slowly start trying to control the game until I can try to take it over again with Eternal Witness and Court of Calling to get combo pieces. Opponent scryed to the bottom there. Now I really want to play Noble Hierarch so I can start courting, but I think it's actually more important to grab the Witness here. Grab the Sin Collector here and start attacking their hand. So Wipe Away does deal with Eidolon. I think I'll get rid of that. Interesting to note, I do not believe Eidolon actually stops Storm. His Storm is not cast, but it does stop them from getting a high Storm count. I can't Chord because I don't have enough green mana, so I'll play a Noble. Am I okay if they block here? They're not going to block. If they are, I think I'm fine with that. Oh, I actually can't cast anyway, I don't have green mana. Too many brain farts in one game so far. That's what happens when you have a cold. So they still need a way to deal with Eidolon. I now have 3 green mana, so I can Chord. I can Chord for anything I want. I can Chord for another Sin Collector. But I know their hand, and their hand is pretty bad. I think actually the best route is this turn play Witness, next turn play Druid, and then get infinite mana after that. Yeah, that might be the best line. Maybe I just want another land. Yeah, I just want more land. This way I can Abrupt Decay the Brawl on their turn, and then I can attack for a little bit more this way. I think the correct line is not trying to play fair right here. Sorry, he's not trying to play unfair. It's to be as fair as possible. Which is beating in with 2 1s and a 1/4. So I would like to Chord, I think. So if I play Kitchen Finks, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 available. I think I just want to beat in as hard as possible and run that route. And now I can Chord of Calling for a Sin Collector at instant speed to stop anything they're trying to do. Yeah, I think the best thing is Sin Collector. Take the Grape Shot. Let them kill the Eidolon. And they still have the Abrade and plenty of mana. I think they're dead. No, they're still alive. Let me draw a card. So when I chord 1, 2, 3, well, if I just leave if I attack like this, I can chord for 1. Maybe like grab a Viscera Seer. I think that's fine. Viscera Seer can let me gain a little bit more life off the Kitchen Finks, which can be a surprise win out of nowhere, in case they somehow grape shot me into oblivion here. I think I got it. Can't see. Yeah, another 2 cards in my opponent's hand. Alright. 1-0, beat Storm. Not too much of a better feeling than beating a very, very bad matchup. Kind of like how I finished the last league beating Tron. Alright. I think the game plan was good here. Just beating down while grabbing Sin Collectors. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out. I will see you in the next one.